Why don't you stay in this New Year's and cook a really easy date night dinner? I'll show you how. This is going to be just a couple of lobster tails and it comes together into a beautiful lobster bisque. Just stick with me on Hot and Easy, recipes for the perfect date.
Just trying to find a baby, I just need a little baby. Just trying to find a baby, I just need a little baby.
Hi, I'm Caroline Wright, and this is Hot and Easy, recipes for the perfect date. It's a show where I teach my friends how to cook, and I have Dan here to teach him a perfect recipe for a perfect date. So we're going to make this lobster bisque, and how we're going to start is just by cracking some of these lobster tails, which I've actually already slit the side of just with knives, so you can grab that one too, Dan. Okay. Really easy. So all you do is just pull off the side. And what we're saving here, definitely don't throw it away, is the lobster shells. It's very, very delicious. You just have to crack it to get it out. And another way that you can do that is by sliding out the meat like this. And there you go.
You're much better than that than I was.
There you go. So we have our lobster meat. You can go ahead and throw that in the sink. So we've peeled this lobster, really easy. You can definitely get it steamed from your fishmonger already. We're just gonna slice this up. And this is gonna go on top of the lobster bisque after we make it. So I'm gonna slice the second one in a minute, but just very, very simple, that's all we're gonna do. Right here we're gonna start the bisque, the stock for the bisque. We're gonna add half a cup of dry white wine. Okay. You can go ahead and add this can of tomatoes. Sure. And we have a quartered shallot here and just one bay leaf, super simple. And then we have 3 cups of water. And that's it. An ingredient that you would have thrown away makes really all the difference in the world. All we're going to do is bring this to the stove over here, bring it to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, and then simmer it for 30 minutes. So we'll see you then. Hey, we're back, and all we did was just simmer this stock for 30 minutes, and we ended up with still about 3 cups of lobster stock, so we're really good. And what we have is this same stock pot that all we did was just wash it out and rinse it out a little bit and then just dry it out. And so we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of butter into this hot pan, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of cornstarch, which just helps, thicken things. Okay. You could definitely go with flour too, but I find that the consistency with the cornstarch is a little bit nicer, and you don't just get that floury taste. And this is 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. So, Dan, if you can see, this tomato paste just sort of adheres to the bottom of the pan, and that's actually what we want because you're cooking it just a little bit, so you're getting this a little bit darker of a tomato flavor. And we're going to just whisk in our broth really easily. I have a big whisk, which whatever you have works, definitely.
And are we doing this over medium heat or?
Yeah, absolutely. This is medium heat.
Okay.
And so all we're going to do is just bring this to a simmer. If the cornstarch ends up activating once it's been brought to a simmer, once it's already brought to a simmer, we're going to turn it up just a little bit to make sure that gets going fast enough. And then we're going to add the cream at the end. So before we get started, we're going to do this really quick drink.
Delicious.
It's just a sparkling martini. So same sort of ingredients.
Okay.
If you want to go ahead and open that bottle of Prosecco while I get this going. This is a half cup of vermouth and a quarter cup of vodka. And I'm just going to, you don't have to shake it, I just want to shake it ever so slightly to just chill it a little bit. And then this actually is enough to make 4 cocktails, because we have the whole bottle of wine.
A couple anyway, so it's
always
good to have more.
Yeah, absolutely. That's enough. So it's just like about an inch, just a little bit in the bottom. Top it off with a Prosecco. And then...
it's very festive.
Exactly. So this is a really easy recipe. While this bisque is coming to a simmer, I'm just going to cut up these sandwiches and we'll serve it all together. I just made really quick sandwiches of Gruyere, very simple. And so we'll get back to you when this bisque is done in about 10 minutes. So this just came to a simmer. I just turned off the heat. I'm gonna pour in just half a cup of cream, just to give it that nice luxurious taste.
Oh, it looks very luxurious.
And so what I'm gonna ask you to do, Dan, is
Okay.
why don't you go ahead and just divide this out into
Sure.
bowls.
Definitely.
And right here we have these grilled cheese sandwiches made with Gruyere, which I just think is really perfect with the lobster. It's just,
No, it smells delicious.
it's gonna be really, really nice for your date night. We're just gonna top it with a little bit of this lobster meat, which, as you remember, you didn't have to do anything with. It was already steamed from the fishmonger. Really, really easy. And then we're just going to cut a couple of chives on top into just little batons, and everybody will be really impressed.
No, it looks great.
So why don't we just go ahead and start eating, and thank you so much for stopping by Hot and Easy.
Just trying to find a